Yes, ma'am, we have completed it.
Okay. So endocrine
Today we have
glands.
to.
What are the endocrine glands? They are the ductless gland. Yes. Ductless glands mean they secrete their secretion. They secrete their secretion in directly in bloodstream. Okay. I'm going to take class now. Come. Here, can I take class now? Okay, so endocrine glands we were discussing, and in that we discussed a few of the endocrine glands. They were endocrine glands like pituitary gland we discussed, and we discussed adrenal gland as well. Yes, have we discussed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So last time there was a query regarding the hypothalamus. Yes. So pituitary gland, you can say that the part of hypothalamus, it's joined with the stalk with the help of a stalk. So I will show you the picture there. It's like here. Means like brain having two parts. One is telencephalon. Here another is diencephalon. In telencephalon, two parts are there. Here, that cerebrum and the olfactory bulb. Olfactory bulb is here, just in front of the cerebrum, and is attached to the olfactory nerves.
Ma'am, please
Where are
tell the
the
page number.
right now? I'm just
Umra, this
explaining.
ma'am is explaining
Means like endocrine system.
a question.
We are on endocrine system, and that's on the page number 72. Right now, I'm just explaining. Means like the hypothalamus. So here, this is cerebrum. This is the part of telencephalon, and olfactory bulb is also the part of telencephalon. Diencephalon is this one. This portion is.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you please zoom out the picture and you can use the, what is it called?
It's a
Pen.
zoom already.
Spotlight.
I think
Spotlight.
it's like
You can use the spotlight.
yes, okay. It means like I have to show you these what you can say the labeling also. So this is the red portion is thalamus. This red portion is
Thalamus.
thalamus. Wait a minute. This is thalamus. Below this is hypothalamus. And then this blue color, this one is, let me, this blue color is pituitary gland. So hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. Then there are the other part, amygdala, hippocampus, or the midbrain, and this is midbrain.
Can you please zoom out once? You can
Okay,
take the screenshot.
I'll do. This is midbrain. This one is pons. This is medulla oblongata and spinal cord. So means like midbrain, pons, medulla oblongata, and then this is a spinal cord. Fine. I will zoom out. I will clean this first. It's here. So red portion This one is thalamus, then green is hypothalamus, and blue is pituitary gland. So you can say that this pituitary gland is a part there in the hypothalamus only, because hypothalamus control pituitary function. So it releases the enzyme, means different hormones, but the stimulation it gets from the hypothalamus. Okay, so here it get this part you can say means it's not separate part. It control, you can say, pituitary gland. It gives the instruction. It control the working of pituitary, you can say. Pituitary is the master gland, but yes, ma'am. Yes.
Ma'am, this is done by checked by the FIFA, and she said that it is fine.
It's
Just
fine.
we will.
This only I was saying.
Yours.
You just
And
ask.
so, sir, I will ask. I asked the FIFA, ma'am.
You just show to sir, please, and then you just means give it for the typing. Yes. Sorry to interrupt again. Anyway, so here this was the question, what is hypothalamus. So hypothalamus is the part of diencephalon. It's below the thalamus portion, and it's the pituitary gland is actually the you can say part of the hypothalamus only, because the control is gets the pituitary gland gets what you can say instruction what it has to do. It gets from the hypothalamus. So it's this hypothalamus controls the pituitary gland, and pituitary gland then after getting the stimulus it release some of the hormones. It also control other glands by releasing the hormones, like when the body needs thyroxine. So for releasing the thyroxine, first it gets the stimulus from the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland. Then pituitary gland release that what was that hormone is thyroxine stimulating hormone. So means when it gets the what you can say stimulus from the hypothalamus, pituitary gland releases thyroxine stimulating hormone, and then when it goes in blood and it reaches to the thyroid gland, then thyroid gland it gets the stimulation because of this TSH, thyroxine stimulating hormone. It stimulates the thyroid gland, and as a result the thyroid gland release thyroxine. So pituitary gets instruction from the hypothalamus, and pituitary gives the instruction to the thyroid gland, and it also means give the instruction or control the adrenaline gland also. So this controls other gland. That's why it is known as master gland. So I hope the confusion related to hypothalamus is clear only.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Here I can show you about the hormone which they release. So adrenal gland that release adrenaline, and that prepare the body for the emergency condition like sudden stress, shock, anger, excitement, and that's why it is known as emergency hormone, because it prepare the body in emergency condition. That's why it is known as emergency hormone. Corticosteroid help to control the metabolism of carbohydrate, fats, and protein in the body. So the function of corticosteroid is to control the metabolism of these three component of food, or these three nutrient you can say. They also help to regulate the salt and water balance. The salt and water balance of the body is maintained by or regulated by the corticosteroid. Now another gland is the pancreas. So pancreas, here in this picture I just want to show you the picture of it is pancreas, where its shape is just leaf like, and it is located below the stomach. It's located below the stomach, and Loop of duodenum. Duodenum is a part of small intestine. The uppermost part of the small intestine is the duodenum. So it's present in the loop of duodenum. Sorry, the pancreas present located in the loop of duodenum, as you can see in this picture. This is the wait. This one portion is the loop of duodenum, and it acts as exocrine as well as endocrine gland. Means it acts as both, and exocrine as well as endocrine. Exocrine secretion means exocrine glands are the glands which are having duct, and they secrete their secretion on the specific location. So here when we talk about pancreas, and when we talk in context of the exocrine glands, so means they secrete their secretion through the duct, where in the duodenum. So this pancreas releases pancreatic juice, and through the duct it reaches to the duodenum. So it helpful in the digestion of food. And the endocrine function of the pancreas is to produce insulin and glucagon. They are actually these both the hormone. They are for regulating or to maintain the level of sugar in the blood. So insulin work at the time when the more sugar is there in the blood. So at that time, what happen when the more sugar is there, then the extra sugar is converted into glycogen, and then it is stored in the liver. And glucagon work at the time when less glucose is there in the body, means like at the time when we are fasting, or we are not taken the enough food, or we are not well, means because of sick illness, the person is not able to eat in a proper way, so the level of glucose goes down. At that time, the glycogen which is stored in the liver, that convert back into the glucose, and with the help of this glucagon, means glucagon is released by the pancreas, and that glucagon convert the glycogen which is there in the liver into the glucose and provide to the bloodstream, and means that provide, or that gives the source for the energy, because we know that the glucose and oxygen, they are the necessary component for the respiration, and respiration is the
Excuse me,
process
ma'am.
by which the body gets energy. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I think you're going very fast. Actually,
Okay,
I'm
okay,
unable to.
okay.
The things are not clear properly.
Okay,
Can
fine.
you please go slow?
Okay, okay, fine. So, Jazakallah for telling. Okay. Anyway, so pancreas is also a gland, and where it is present, it's present in the loop of duodenum. Duodenum is the part of small intestine. It's the uppermost part of the small intestine. You know that small intestine having three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. So this pancreas is present in the loop of the duodenum, and this pancreas is act as exocrine gland as well as endocrine gland both. Means it can function in both the way. Exocrine gland when it releases pancreatic juice, because pancreatic juice is released or secreted by the pancreas, and through the duct it reaches to the specific organ via duodenum. So pancreas release pancreatic juice, and that is carried through the pancreatic duct into the duodenum. So when it releases pancreatic juice, the pancreas at that time act as exocrine gland. On the other hand, pancreas can function as endocrine gland also. So endocrine glands are the glands which are releasing their secretion directly in the blood. So here pancreas control level of glucose in the body. Means when it is more in the blood, means after taking food, after eating sweet things, when the body means completed its digestion, and the nutrients reached in the bloodstream, so the amount which is needed for the vital functions, that is used up and rest extra glucose that will be left in the blood. Now this extra glucose, if it would be left in the blood, that will affect the different organ functioning, that will start damaging the internal organs. So that need to be means what you can say separate from the blood. So glucose and fats, they are not excreted out from the body, they stored in the body only. So whatever the extra glucose which is there in the blood, that extra glucose is converted into glycogen and stored in the liver. This conversion of glycogen can be possible when pancreas release insulin. Means insulin means capable to convert extra glucose into glycogen, and in the form of glycogen only this glucose can be stored. Otherwise, it would be left in the blood, and then it start damaging the internal organ. So this, when the level of glucose increase in the blood, pancreas get the signal and it release insulin, and as a result insulin convert extra glucose into glycogen and it is stored in the liver. This is the function of insulin. Now this is the condition when the more glucose, means when the person has eaten the more carbohydrates or more sweets or more sources, or means like sugar or means potato or rice or wheat, they are the source of carbohydrate. When someone has eaten more in amount in the blood, having enough amount of glucose, then it is stored in the glycogen. But sometime like in fasting or when the person not well or due to some reason the glucose level goes down of the blood, then how it is maintained? This pancreas get the signal that now the level of glucose goes down and it has to be increased, so it releases glucagon. It is also a chemical, it's a hormone, and that convert stored glycogen into glucose, and that glucose comes to the blood and becomes the source of energy. So pancreas act as a endocrine as well as exocrine gland. So exocrine gland, when it acts as, it helpful in the digestion. When it acts as a endocrine gland, it maintain the sugar level, and exocrine gland it helpful, when it acts as exocrine gland, it helpful in digestion. So got it?
So, ma'am, as an exocrine gland, it secretes the enzymes to break down the proteins, lipids, and the
Yes. It
carbohydrates, and the
helpful in
nutrients rich in
digestion.
the food.
It helpful
And
in
as an endocrine gland, it manufactures the two hormones, which are the insulin and the glycagon.
glycagon. Glucagon. Sorry. I also say again like you. Glucagon. Sorry. So glucagon and
Yeah.
insulin, they maintain the sugar level of the blood. Got it, everyone?
Yes. And ma'am, can you please show the previous pictures again? Because I
Okay.
have to take screenshot.
And this, the diabetes mellitus is actually the condition in which the pancreas is not able to secrete enough amount of insulin. It's maybe the less amount, or sometimes it's not releasing insulin, so that condition causes the diabetes mellitus. And the symptom of the diabetes mellitus is our excessive urination, urine loaded with sugar. The person feel frequent thirst, weight loss will be there, and a person will be fatigued. So this insufficient amount of insulin, that is the condition of diabetes mellitus. Okay, I will show you the picture which you want again back. This one.
Yes,
Okay, and then another I will show you. One more was there. That was of this. This is also, you can take a screenshot of it. Here, this thalamus, hypothalamus, amygdala and hippocampus, midbrain, cerebellum, pons, medulla oblongata, spinal cord, all the telencephalon and diencephalon. These are the two parts of the brain. You can take the screenshot of it. Okay,
Yes, ma'am, done.
it's done. Then one more picture was there. That was what was that?
Ma'am, please show again.
And this is the hypothalamus function, how it works, how it controls pituitary gland, how it gives the instruction to the pituitary gland. So this also you can take a screenshot. Which one you want, Umbra, again? Umbra, which one you want again?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, that one only that. Now you show about cerebellum one.
This one? This one? Yes, beta, this
Ma'am,
one?
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, done screenshot.
Okay. So almost this endocrine system is done, and now there's an exercise on the page number 75 that we do first, and then we start adolescence. Okay. Okay. Okay, give the technical term for the following. You just have to raise your hand when I will read. Okay. And if something you not understood what I have explained today, you can ask. Okay. Now the master gland. Yes, Dua. Technical term for them.
Give the technical terms for the following. First one, the master gland and the pituitary gland.
Pituitary gland. Yes. Master gland is the pituitary gland. Everyone right. Then a condition due to insufficient iodine intake in the diet.
Ma'am, first one is security gland.
Pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Here the second condition due to insufficient iodine intake in the diet. Yes. Insufficient iodine. Yes. Raise your hand. Only 4 hands. Yes, Shema. Shema.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, a condition due to insufficient iodine intake in the diet, ma'am, goiter.
Goiter. Simple goiter. Then next is emergency hormone. Emergency hormone. What about Al-Qamar? Yes. Al-Qamar. Third one, emergency hormone, another name for it. Yes. Emergency hormone. Which one is known as emergency hormone?
Should I tell ma'am?
Okay.
Ma'am, should I?
Yes.
My answer hormone is adrenaline.
Adrenaline, yes. And you know, like emergency hormone is adrenaline is known as emergency hormone, oxytocin known as love hormone, because it help to produce help to release milk. So when the baby cry, or when the mother feel, means like think about baby, so it at the time this oxytocin release and helpful to releasing in milk. So that's why it is known as love hormone, oxytocin. In the same way, like it is known as emergency hormone. And next one, the gland that secrete hormone regulating the blood sugar level. Yes, Labib.
Ma'am, third one is
Third one is adrenaline. Adrenaline. Adrenaline.
okay,
Adrenaline
ma'am.
is known as emergency
Ma'am, I
hormone.
tell fourth one.
Okay.
The gland that secretes
Hormone
hormone regulating the blood sugar level is pancreas.
pancreas, yes. The next one, a condition due to undersecretion of antidiuretic hormone in the body.
Ma'am, I tell fifth one. Fourth one, fifth one, yes, fifth one.
Okay. Yes.
Ma'am, fifth one is a condition due to under secretion of anti-diuretic hormones in the body. So, ma'am, answer is diabetes mellitus.
Diabetes mellitus. Okay. Then the next exercise, write true or false and correct the false statement by changing the first or the last word. Hormones are directly released into the bloodstream. Yes, raise your. Okay. Sadiqa, yes.
Yes, ma'am. The first one, hormones are directly released in the bloodstream. Yes, ma'am. True.
Uh, Hormones are directly released into the bloodstream is true. Okay. That only you want to say? Yes. Afira, yes, you tell me. Afira, next one. Thyroid stimulating hormone are secreted by the thyroid gland. Yes. Afira. Afira, am I audible to you, dear? Mohiba. Mohiba. Mohiba.
Ma'am, should I tell this answer?
Why the girls are not responding? Wait a minute. Am I not audible?
Ma'am,
Mohiba.
answer you because she is. Ma'am, you are audible. Ma'am, due to network errors, she'll be not able to answer.
Okay. Ukasha. Ukasha. You have some connectivity. Ukasha, you have some connectivity problem. Leave. Rayan, yes. Rayan,
I tell.
let other also get the chance. Rayan,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
tell me the answer of true or false it is. Thyroid stimulating hormone are, yes. Second, true false, which is it true or false?
Yes, ma'am. True.
Thyroid stimulating hormone are secreted by the thyroid gland. Stimulating hormone, wherever the stimulating is there, no, that is released by the pituitary always. thyroid stimulating or tropin or stimulating when it comes, so they release from there. So it's false, and this thyroid stimulating hormone are secreted by the pituitary glands.